The best way, the way that you go out of the business is you put someone over, and Jericho's been doing that. And I'll tell you what. Excuse my French. Talk about long-term fucking storytelling.
Wow.
It's something we do not get in other promotions. We don't get it. We get a story maybe a month or two, and then we're moving on to the next thing and moving on. How else can we bury Cesaro? That seems like
Wow.
how
So
certain
good.
things work. Where this has now been going on for 2 years, it's gone from MJF becoming friends with Jericho, his idol, to stabbing him in the back and figuring out ways to betray him even more. And now it's ending him. And you knew at the end of the 5 labors of Jericho that it was going to be almost impossible for him to go over MJF. Why would he? He just went over through 4 other labors, including a pizza cutter. He should be completely trashed at that point. There's no way he should have went over on him, and he didn't, and he shouldn't. So I look at this now and kind of looking at Jericho's life, what he has going on, his children, his, Fozzy, his ability on the microphone, on commentary, his knowledge he's able to give to the younger talent in the back.
Yep.
And as you said it, this roster is stacked. With no disrespect, they don't need a Chris Jericho
Not anymore. They needed him in the beginning. Not now.
Yep. Can they use? They can always use a Chris Jericho. He will never be a negative. That man will always bring something to the table. I've been watching this man wrestle and entertain me since roughly 5 years old. And now I'm 31. And I may be tuning into the final time I get to see this gentleman in a ring. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker that kind of scares me. How many times do we hear Tony Schiavone say, or you cannot wrestle again in an AEW ring.
Right.
You won't ever wrestle again in an AEW ring.
Hey, Impact. Hey, New Japan. Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
I think that opens up the doors. He's not having to, delegate as much. He's not having to be committed to an AEW schedule where he can go out and do more. God for fucking bid his music ever hits in WWE again. For the love of God, I never want to see that again. Even if that means never making the Hall of Fame. It's whatever at this point. Goldberg's in the Hall of Fame. That made it irrelevant at that point. All right. So I don't care if he doesn't make the Hall of Fame. He's a wrestler. He's a talent that doesn't need to have a.
He's not wrong, Kyle.
Label.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
He doesn't need a label of.
I hope you soundbite the shit out of this segment, Bama. I'm sorry, Cole.
You're good. He doesn't need that label. He doesn't need that ring because true wrestling fans know that he is a Hall of Famer, and he'll probably go into the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
He'll be in the Canada Hall of Fame next year. Easy.
Oh, 100%. So yes, I'm hot for this. I think MJF goes over. I think MJF, to be completely honest with you, goes over clean, just like we saw on Dynamite. I don't think he has to use the ring, because if he uses the ring, you're like, son of a bitch, he cheated. That leaves that door open. This chapter is fucking shut. Jericho does whatever the hell Chris Jericho does. He could hang out with RVD and join that fantastic voyage. It doesn't matter at that point. Chris Jericho will always be the man, and now MJF is on a pedestal that, dare I say, legend killer, it can stand up to.